Broadcasting to the world from South Jersey, this is Anything Goes with Phil Rossi and JJ Golick. A weekly podcast with different topics every week. The views and opinions on this show are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of any businesses or organizations mentioned during the show. And now, it's Anything Goes with Phil Rossi and JJ Golick.
Yo, what is going on? This is Anything Goes. My name is Phil Rossi alongside my partner in crime. That is JJ Golick. JJ, what's going on?
That's me. What's up?
What's up? Another glorious day in paradise.
Yeah, right. It's raining.
It is raining today. It's not picture perfect, but
Weekend was though. The weekend was beautiful.
It was, but you wouldn't appreciate the sunny, beautiful days if it wasn't for the rainy, miserable days, you know?
Right. Yeah, I think we could do without more of them, you know?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of both. So today's topic, we are talking another kind of like cool, lighthearted discussion. It's going to be about amusement parks, roller coasters, our go-to rides. So the first thing I want to ask you is, are you scared of any rides? Like amusement park rides? Is anything that gives you, you're just like, I don't know if I can go on that.
I used to have a little bit of a fear of the log flume way back when. There was a little fear with it just because of the news reports that you would see of when it would come off the track every so often. But then you would find out later, if you did more investigation, that usually there was something stupid behind that.
Right. So is it more... So here's my theory on the way you answered that. So if you're scared of, not scared, but a little hesitant about the log, is it more you're more nervous about water? Can you swim?
No.
That might be why.
And I think it's also when it comes off the track going down. Right. You know, you're not really sure.
You feel like you're on a fly out, maybe?
Yeah, well, yeah. There's no seatbelt. There's none of that. You know, all these other roller coasters, you're going up, you're in a seatbelt. No, you just got to hope the person in front of you and yourself can hold on.
Stay stationary.
Yeah.
Now, I know from my perspective, I mean, now I enjoy roller coasters. It doesn't matter if they're upside down, fast, whatever, I'll go on it. But when I was a little kid, I was scared to death of, like, roller coasters. Like, I remember going to, we would go to Islands of Adventure in Universal in Orlando, and I would see the Hulk coaster, and obviously it's outside, so you see it go upside down, and it would have that, like, Hulk roar behind it, and I was like, I can't, like, I just can't go on this. Like, I was scared of all that stuff. And then as I got a little bit older, I was like, let me try it. And then once I tried it, I kind of, fell in love with it. To be honest with you, in my opinion, the roller coasters that have the over-the-shoulder restraints make me actually feel more secure. So say the ride itself might be worse, but if you have the over-the-shoulder restraint, you feel more secure. To me, sometimes the roller coaster is kind of like mid-range. It's not terrible, but it's not really like a kiddie coaster. But you only have like the bar on your lap or waist. I feel like that kind of gives me a little more hesitancy because, like you said, even with the log fume, it feels like on a turn or a loop, you might fall out. Now, I know it's locked, but if you've ever seen Final Destination, there's always that, like, man, am I going to fly out of here? Is it going to go off the track?
Well, you see it. It happens. I mean, it's not all the time they test the rides, but it does happen. It has happened, and you don't want to be that sucker that it happens to, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. So they're the only two. I mean, again, in my opinion, the ones that, and now this is as I get older, it's the opposite way. Like, say you have like the teacups in Disney World where it just goes round and round, and then you get dizzy when you get off of it. That actually freaks me out more than like dropping, 60 stories from a roller coaster. Because as it's happening, it's like the room obviously is spinning. And then maybe as you get older, like your equilibrium or something becomes off. Because as I get off the teacups, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just holding my temples in. And I'm like, please just stop spinning. Please, this is a terrible idea. I knew it was a terrible idea before I went on here. Why did I do this?
Imagine doing that after like smoking a joint or a night of drinking.
Right. Yeah. Now, if you're in Disney, the weed smoking section's still outside the park, so it's not like you can have like a Mickey ice cream and then be like puff puff passing in the Magic Kingdom. So you definitely can't do that.
You can. You just have to know how.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Phil has not discovered that secret yet. He will let us know on his next trip to Disney.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I'm definitely not a weed smoker at all, but I'll ask people. I'll see, like, hey, man,
we're gonna put him on the streets. I'll sit here in the studio. Phil, we're gonna go to Phil live out in
on Main Street in Magic Kingdom. So yeah, the teacups are not good for me.
No, no. So I assume the tilt-a-whirl either.
Yeah,
Same
like
concept.
any of that stuff. Any of that stuff. Like I'm not scared of it.
Right.
But it just come off and it just gives you that like wheezy kind of.
They're just not into it.
I mean, I guess that's the fun of it for some people.
Yeah.
And, then it makes it worse, right? Because you're like, well, first of all, it's odd because you're like a 33-year-old man getting off the teacups. The other thing is...
Nothing wrong with the teacups.
Then you have, like, the little kids, and they love it.
Yeah.
Right? It hasn't really...
You're trying to be the cool dad.
Right, it really hasn't affected them yet. So I would definitely opt more for, the roller coasters than the tilt-a-whirls and the teacups and the spinnies and those type of deals.
Any type of roller coaster you won't do, though?
I don't think there's any that I wouldn't do. The ones that I feel like physically hurt, I feel like there was one, I don't know if it's El Toro in Six Flags, where it's like the wooden coasters, where they're old school, so it's obviously a different time. And to me, you feel like every like shift and spin and every movement that the coaster has, or really, I guess a better way to put it is the coaster is not really moving with you because it's just a wooden coaster. So you're feeling all the to the right and to the left and to the drops, and they're like, man, this is like, I feel like my back is going to snap off in this bitch.
Right?
But that's how, like, the old school, like the wooden coasters. Now, I wouldn't say I'm like going to different states or different countries to like try roller coasters. Like, I'm not that kind of like roller coaster
If you're
nut.
there, let's try it.
If I'm there, I'll try it. But I would be lying to say, like, but when you're in line, if it's something I've never done, that I'm not like a little like worried, like, oh man, I hope this is not too bad.
Yeah, right? Like, you don't know what to expect. That's how I was like with King Ka at Six Flags when we went for our 8th grade trip. Only time I've ever been to Six Flags. And I'm staring at this thing. Now keep in mind, the park just opened. It just opened when we got there, and you're staring at this thing, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That is tall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you watch them shoot off, and of course you sit down and they tell you blasting off however many miles an hour it is, and
it's funny once you get on, or like once you're like right, like you're next in line in the queue to go, and once you sit in that chair, I mean, technically they can let you out, but really like you just gotta hang on.
You don't want to be that guy.
And there has been some rides where, again, when I was a little bit younger, where I would just close my eyes the entire time and you just hold on for dear life.
And see, I don't think you want to do that on King Ka. You've been on it.
Yeah.
So now have you ever gotten the rollback?
I don't know. So
the rollback is when they're getting up, they don't get enough, I guess, momentum to get over the hill, so it rolls back, and it's engineered to do that instead of trying to force itself over, which can cause bigger
issues.
Yeah. So I never had that. I've only been on it once, but I remember sitting there, and the girl says it, and all you hear is, and they
just start ejecting people out of the coaster.
No, that would have been freaking cool. Why couldn't my ex have gotten ejected? Jesus. That would have been the greatest day ever. Little would I have known.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're sitting there, and they tell you to have your head back, thank God, because if not, you're getting whiplash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of, and it depends, right? Like in my experience, if you go, to Six Flags, it's really just all thrills, right? It's like the next big coaster, or in the Superman one, you're kind of laid out like Superman, and like all these, just the bigger the better, and the deeper falls. Now, if you go to Disney, and especially Disney, it's more of an experience there. It's more about the theming and not really about, like, if you're a crazy roller coaster and amusement park person, and you can't really relate to the Disney way. I think some people who just love Six Flags for the thrills might not like Disney as much because they have Space Mountain, they have their classics, but it's a different experience than like just looking for you're going to drop 100 stories and
that's not Disney.
Right, it's not really
as close to that as you're going to get is what is it? It is a log flume. It's one of them.
Oh, Splash Mountain.
Yeah, that's about as close to a thrill as you're probably going to get. And
I mean, they have like, I mean, their theming to me there is unmatched. Like the storytelling behind the rides is...
The animatronics are enough to amaze. Just...
Yeah, that's...
So much work goes into them.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter. Now, again, if you're somebody who doesn't give a shit, you don't care about movies, you don't care about animatronics, you're not really concerned with The Little Mermaid.
You go to Hershey.
Yeah. I've never been to Hershey Park.
Neither have I. Okay. I've been to Knoebels, though.
How was Knoebels?
Knoebels, I went with Boy Scouts. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
They have two old wooden coasters. The one was the Phoenix, and the other was, I believe, the Twister. And it was cool, because I've always kind of liked the old school wooden roller coasters.
Right.
There's just something about them. I think they're really badass. I like them.
Yeah, they're different.
They are. They're a different feel. And, there's nothing like, you go up these other roller coasters and they try to recreate, the sound of it going. It's not the same as a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah, because that's all organic, original, just...
Right.
Like I said, like...
Piece of wood may or may not drop as you're going up. Yeah,
it's 100% a different experience. And like I said, you feel every twist and turn and up and down in those wooden coasters.
If something doesn't go right, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
It's going to snap.
They had, and for a while, like in our region, not our region, but at least close enough to us where you can drive, they used to have Action Park. And Action Park is a completely different animal than, I would always assume, Disney, Universal, they're so big and, they're constantly testing the rides. And you feel, to me at least, you feel pretty safe. I don't worry about, the thing breaking or getting hurt there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty safe going on everything there. But something like an Action Park, like this place had so many injuries. They had people die at this place. They do have a documentary about Action Park. I believe it's on maybe Hulu.
Yeah.
And it was just first of all, it had started back in the 80s. And you ever talk to somebody who has my brother has all these crazy ideas all the time. He's like, how cool would this ride be? You're on a roller coaster and then say you're in Jurassic Park, but a real live dinosaur comes out and just rips one person out of the coaster and then they win a prize at the end. Something so ridiculous that it would never actually happen.
That would be pretty damn cool, though.
It would. That's what I mean. But for safety reasons, it wouldn't happen. But Action Park,
no, we're gonna do it.
Started in the 80s. We're
making your brother's dream become reality.
But that's what I'm saying. This Action Park was literally these crazy ideas. Let's put somebody in a tube and then throw them down this thing that nobody that wasn't signed off with the state. There was no safety precautions. And then throw them into this big lake off this this big ass rock, and they should be fine, right? So all these people were going, and they were having all this time. But then people started sliding off of stuff and literally dying and all this crazy stuff. And then you're and I wouldn't say I'm a thrill seeker, right? I don't know about you, but I would never jump out of a plane.
Nah, not happening.
That is not for me.
I barely like to get into an airplane, let alone jump out of one.
Right. And certain people just have that level of just, I guess, risk factor.
They do it like it's nothing.
And I'm just man, I would be, I don't want to say I would never do it, but I would have a shit ton of just, I don't know.
Do I do it? Do I do it?
And once you're up there, and I know you go with somebody else who's skydiving, but I'm just thinking man, God forbid, I'm pulling on the thing, it's not the parachute's not opening.
A pancake.
And I'm just I don't know, it's you. Somebody
said, "Not today, Phil."
You gotta be a thrill seeker, 100% to do something like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Or bungee jumping off the side of a rock.
You know what ride always made me think of? How the hell did I never fly off of it? Was the big slide. You know what I'm talking about? The big, the fun slide? No, the big fun slide. It's multicolor. It's really tall. You'd see it at
those inflatable things?
Not the inflatable. It's plastic. And some people were smart and would have the sit on the rug or whatever.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That thing. It's amazing. Well, some people, I'm like, you're going to freaking fly into the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times they don't, all it takes is one person to get hurt. If you're on the rug, it definitely gives you a little bit more security to where you don't go as fast, because obviously it's stopping you as you're on it. But yeah, if you go on there, especially if you wear say it's workout or gym pants that are kind of slippery, and now you're on that damn slide.
Oops, there she goes.
You better hold on. When we went to...
We're going to send Phil with the GoPro?
When we went to Disney not too long ago, a couple summers ago, we did the water parks, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach.
Right.
And people think, oh, it's Disney. It's not... listen, they have a lot of slides and crazy things there where... Now, I should have known walking up 97,000 flights of steps that if you have to walk up that high, at some point you got to come down, and you're going to come down on the slide. And see, the worst part for me is because I'm not a good swimmer at all.
No?
So I'm okay in the slide, because sometimes it's fun. You're in the you're sitting on that. What the hell? Not the inflatable, but
raft.
Yeah, you're sitting on the raft, or you're with other people or whatever, and it's fun. It's hot, so the water feels good. The worst part for me, especially being by myself, you go down one of those deep slides, is once you actually hit the water down at the bottom. Now,
Yes.
now if you can swim, now people that can swim piss me off because first of all, I'm mad because they can swim and I really can't.
Right.
The other thing that pisses me off is once I get dumped into that water, I literally start like wailing around like this is the point where I'm going to die.
Yup.
And then what happens, whether it's like family or your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife or whatever, they're laughing at you.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like they're laughing and it's like
He is that stupid.
I just dropped like 80 stories into like 5 feet of water. And now I feel like I'm going to drown.
No, Phil. I know you're trying to make yourself feel better. It's not 5 feet of water. It's like 12.
Well, it depends. It depends on like what slide it is. But still, like I don't care. I mean, obviously it's got to be a deeper amount of water because if there was no water, you hit the ground and kill yourself.
Well, I'd be dead if it was 5 feet of water.
But yeah, that to me is the worst part. I'm like, the slide's good. I'm having fun. The worst part, I'm like, do I hold my nose? Do I just go in like? Because I feel like if you're holding your nose, you might look like a bitch. But then I'm like, I'd rather look like a bitch and not drown.
That's what I did.
So
Ocean City Water Park. That was me. They tried to get me to do the one like you're talking about, where it's like a straight drop.
Yeah, right into the
No,
water.
it wasn't.
Baby.
No, that one's not that high, but it's still deep. And deep water for me is a no-no. Like, I know I can't swim. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try to put myself in that predicament. I don't want someone having to come out and save me. So why am I going to put myself...
So you're just hanging on the side looking at the people come down? Or do you actually go on it?
No, I did not actually go on. I think I went on one somewhere else.
Okay.
I can't remember where it was, but I did go on one. Whether it was there or somewhere else, I don't remember. But I do know that I went down, and I had a bad experience in deep water when I was in Boy Scout camp.
Now let me ask you. They don't teach you how to swim in Boy Scouts?
Well, we didn't get that far because
you didn't get that far.
No, I didn't get that far. Yeah, I didn't get that far. That's a whole other episode and topic. But they have you jump in, and I'm thinking, oh well, you know what? I'll be all right.
Right.
No. There's something about jumping in 12 feet of water that, and like you said, your body starts to go, this is it.
Yeah. You start freaking out.
You do, because you don't know. Your body is trying to figure out what the hell to do.
I mean, obviously, the simple solution to this would be to learn how to swim. That would make
Fuck that.
Again, yeah.
What time do we have to learn how to swim now?
I'm actually going to learn how to swim.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're going to take lessons?
Yeah, I mean...
The sad part is my father actually used to, like, swim competition and has tried to show me.
And you're just like...
I like the lounge in the pool. If I'm going to go to the pool, I'd sit back, have a cocktail, relax. I'm not looking to be doing all this other shit. Like, I'm not really into water parks or public pools and little kids pissing in them. And I get they're chlorinated, but I'm not into it.
You're like an old grouchy ass man. You're like, I just want to sit here.
I want to sit here and drink my Manhattan.
These kids and shit, like they're
These
around.
fucking kids.
Yeah, that's no, but I think it's good. First of all, he's actually pretty good at it. The weird thing is, it's actually a really good exercise too to be able to swim.
Now, you know what I like to do in the summer? Speaking of exercise,
sit out by the pool and drink your Manhattan.
No, I don't drink a Manhattan. It's a Captain and Coke. Get it right.
Okay.
No, trying to jog around the pool is not only fun to create a whirlpool, but it's also a lot harder than you think it is. Especially if you're going the opposite way of the current, so to speak. It's a lot of fun. And it's actually a pretty damn good workout.
Well, it is. I mean, obviously, if you're going, you're using your whole body to go against water. That's a good workout. But again, imagine if you could. And when I say swim, I'm not saying like you have to be like Michael Phelps, but I mean at least be able to like.
Yeah, I don't want to be a drug addict.
Terrible dude. You could. It'd be great aerobic exercise. You can learn how to doggy paddle. Then you can go to water parks and get dumped into 12 feet of water and feel good.
Only one kind of doggy I need to know how to do, and
don't make me end this episode 5 minutes earlier than we should. Now,
no water parks.
Now, what are you talking about? You're talking about doggy style.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You know all about it.
I do actually.
Yeah,
let's move on.
It's a way of life. That's a different amusement park that we're not going to talk about.
Now, how did you learn that?
We won't talk about that either.
Now,
Phil wants. You're just trying to end this episode early now.
Now, did he teach you that?
No.
Did he give you pointers?
My daddy didn't teach me. I'm sorry.
Now, how come you learn that doggy naturally, but then swimming was a little bit different?
It's a completely different motion in the ocean, let me tell you. I'm horrible, aren't I?
Yeah, because you always take it to a place that it really shouldn't go to. Like, it's always like a good, normal conversation.
Listen,
And then
this is why people love us, though.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, it's one of them because we don't censor ourselves. We don't break. Well, we do break. We break boundaries.
Yeah, we do. So
there's many layers of skin that we have to break.
Correct. I don't know what's happening anymore, so I'll get the train back
All right,
on.
So
on
we're
the
gonna
tracks.
get the train back on track and say that water parks, just not my thing. I'm not into. If I had to go to an amusement park, great, let's do it. But a water park, you might catch me in the lazy river, but that maybe a slide or two. One of the swirly ones. You're gonna see me like Phil holding my nose. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. That's all you're getting out of me at a water park. Maybe some bumper boats.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to discuss is snacks at amusement parks because now again, I've been to Six Flags. I've been to the Knoebels once. I can't think of the other place. It's another popular one that I've
Not
been to.
Hershey.
No, not Hershey. I can't think of it right now, but if it comes to me, I'll let you know. And there is basic, hot dogs, pretzels, which is fine. Which is good.
The typical, yeah.
When you go to Universal in Cali or Florida or go to Disney in either one too, they have some awesome snacks. Like they're not just serving up like soft pretzels and regular ice cream. I mean, I'm talking like, even like corn on the cob with different like ingredients. They have different like, garden and wine festivals. They have even Disney Epcot, for example, has all these different countries where you can get food from Italy or Norway or Japan. All these crazy awesome
that's
snacks.
pretty cool to do like some around the world type of.
Yeah, they have.
We're gonna try this Chinese, this fresh cat.
No, they don't. They don't. They do not serve cat in the China Pavilion in Epcot.
Are you sure?
They definitely do not. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. He wants to go around the world. The first thing he thinks of is I want to go to China and eat cat. I know why, you sick bastard.
Because like pussy.
Yep.
Damn right. You gotta eat that pussy.
There's never anywhere to go from. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like normal, good conversations.
Listen, I said
we're going around the world.
I said dog.
And now you're talking about puss.
I said cat and dog.
No, you said cat.
Come on, Kasama.
Stop. We had to start cutting some of this stuff out because it's outrageous.
It's outrageous, but this is why they love us.
No, it's not. Like, this is why you love yourself. I don't know if anybody. I haven't seen any emails, any like.
Because you don't check the damn email.
Twitter DMs. Nobody's like, I really love when JJ starts talking about eating cat in Epcot in the China. Like nobody's ever said this. Like it's an absolute lie.
I'll get someone. Don't worry.
Other than that, where is the? Yeah, Disney's got like they have so many cool like.
They're probably going to be your leader there with awesome snacks because even things that you wouldn't normally consider snacks in the Disney world are considered snacks, like the Mickey shaped waffles.
Yeah, even like that
can be a snack.
Yeah, and the waffles are, I would feel honestly at this point pretty basic compared to some of the stuff they have. Like Mickey ice cream, Mickey waffles. Like we see that. That's even like I think like 90s snack. Now we're even getting into some like gourmet shit now, where it's like the best drinks or cocktails or margaritas, like all kind of like
they had to hit the adult section.
Oh yeah,
they had to.
Yeah.
Which I heard that's a lot of people are trying to go there for their 21st and do like the around the world drinking thing that they do. And I'm like, all I see is you getting shit faced.
Well, there is. I mean, honestly, when you're there at all the parks, once you leave at night, that's the one that's always has the most problems. I mean, again, you put alcohol, people drinking all day, and then you have problems at night. It just makes sense.
It does.
I mean, they serve alcohol everywhere in all the different parks, but you don't really
Club Disney.
Yeah, again.
Think about that. Mickey Mouse comes out.
Now, here's the thing. Now, Disney's got all these all these people that run this big conglomerate company. And JJ's like, you know what they haven't thought about? Club Disney.
I'm not saying they haven't thought.
That's the thing that's going to be like, you're going to call the CEO and be like, I got something for you.
Anything goes features.
Now, wait. You said Club Disney and then Mickey What happens?
So Mickey Mouse will come out and, dance on the floor with you guys. And, you'll have Donald and Daisy and all, they'll all come out.
So they just come out and they dance?
character appearance, but maybe they'll have a beer in their hand. Like maybe they'll dress like a little different, maybe a little more nightlife. Mickey's gonna come over. You can pay for Mickey to do a shot with you.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I'm killing the poor bastard.
I can't. I just can't even take this anymore. It started from roller coasters to water parks to snacks in the park to eating around the world. Now Mickey is coming out dancing wearing different adult-like clothes, and you're doing a shot together. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You can't tell me you wouldn't go watch.
No, I probably
Yes,
wouldn't.
You would.
I would just be like, this has to be some stupid-ass JJ idea. Like, oh, it's Club Mickey for adults.
Mickey's up there DJing. Donald, what's up? It's a cross between Donald Duck and Little John.
This sounds like something that happens like in Times Square. Like with the fake
Where's
characters.
Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah, this is terrible. That's it. We have to end it. We can't. This can't keep.
No, wait. I gave you some valuable information that has to do with amusement parks that I thought would be fun to share.
Okay.
I sent it to you, and it has to do with the
I can pull it up.
Evermore amusement park in Utah. Yeah.
Okay,
You're going to enjoy this. I know you are.
A Utah theme park is suing Taylor Swift over Evermore album title.
Yes.
Okay, so Utah's Evermore Park has filed a federal lawsuit against Taylor Swift claiming the title of her latest album infringes on the theme park's trademarks. The park is seeking millions of dollars in damages according to court documents. Okay. So this is the first I'm ever seeing of this. So what is your...
This was in February. So we were talking about amusement parks, and it reminded me that I wanted to bring this up on the show before, that you have an amusement park that's been around for years, right? And they are now, so basically, in a nutshell, they're probably having financial hardship, more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
And
with everything being closed.
They're trying to sue Taylor Swift for the name Evermore. Well, that went and backfired because they had never paid any of we'll call them the music police, ASCAP, BMI, and there's like two other ones now.
Right.
So they didn't pay that. And so Taylor Swift and the lawyer team came around and said, well, you know what? Then I'm going to sue you for every single time you've played one of my tracks. And there's somehow they know this, how many times or something. They were able to figure it out. I'm assuming through the automation system or something that they could dig that up. And they said, oh, well, we're going to sue you for that. So now it's going to be like a battle. And I've been following it to see who's going to win.
It does say here, the document filed says traffic to the Evermore Park website spiked as the album was released. And the park visitors and fans on social media asked staff members if the park had collaborated with Swift. The album also drove Evermore Park off the first page of Google results, according to the document.
Wow.
So here's the thing. I mean, just really having no information, haven't really done much research on this. It seems like it's probably a good thing for Evermore Park.
It is until
because I wouldn't I wasn't planning a trip to Utah. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that aren't familiar with Utah. And it's not Disney, so.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the problem. It could have been really good for them, but instead of thinking it that way, they got their panties twisted and went to sue Taylor Swift, who is now going to say, well, you know what? Fuck you. You want to sue me? No.
So who are you in favor of winning?
I'm really not in favor of either of them, to be honest with you. Right. I think they both should just shut the fuck up, come to an agreement. Don't sue each other. Talk to each other.
Right.
Let your lawyer team and their lawyer team get together, come up with something, come up with an agreement that would be beneficial for both parties.
Right.
I mean, is it that hard to be adults?
Yeah, but when you're dealing with celebrities and names and rights and who's making money and who's infringing on this.
Technically, it all comes down to they can really have a whole out court case and whoever had the name first, do they have it trademarked? Is it this? Is it that? Is it trademarked nationally? Is it trademarked locally?
I will say Evermore is very basic.
It is.
I mean, it's something that I could love this person forevermore. Like it's something that is kind of tough. I mean, Evermore is not a specific name. It's not,
No.
Walt Disney Productions, which obviously, if somebody copied that, it would be pretty obvious. Evermore is very... Now, I mean, they could technically have licensing and an LLC and a whole business around Evermore, and if they did, then, they'd have a pretty good case to sue Taylor Swift. If they did, I mean, it seems like it's probably just a natural mistake. But
I don't think Taylor Swift even knew this fucking place existed, though.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I doubt.
It's not like Taylor Swift. I doubt that she woke up and said, "You know what? I'm naming my album after this amusement park."
Yeah, I doubt.
I think she would actually, and I don't know, but I'm just gonna assume here that she would probably try to reach out to them and do something with the park, if that's the way the name came about.
Yeah, I mean, really, the Evermore Park will probably make out the best, because if they win the case, they win the case. Plus, their name is out in the news now, so people might be like, oh, let's check out what they're doing over there. They might see some rides, they might get some business from it. And to be honest with you, if
Road trip.
If the amusement park does well and Taylor Swift loses, I'm not going to lose sleep at night. I really don't care if Taylor Swift loses her millions of dollars, to be honest with you.
No, I mean, we could take some, though.
Yeah, I mean, for no reason. I mean, we are not connected to Evermore or Taylor Swift, but just to give us money, yeah, we'll take it.
Absolutely. Venmo. You have a Venmo?
I do have a Venmo.
What's your Venmo?
Taylor, let me see here, babe. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Ooh, he's got to look it up.
I got to see. Let's see if she sends me any cash.
Yeah, what's your Venmo?
It's at Philip-Rossi-2.
Is that a hyphen?
It's a dash.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Does it go this way?
Yeah.
That's a hyphen.
That's a dash, bitch.
That's a hyphen.
People don't know hyphens. It's like if you say hashtag, it's also the pound.
No, don't call it a pound.
That's what it is.
No.
It's pound. And
Just
the
'cause you're old.
I want to hear the music.
Because you're old.
I want to hear the music now.
Phil, it's because you're getting up there. I'm sorry you're having a senior moment.
Senior, 32, babe.
Oh, yeah. 10 years older than me.
All right, that's it. I've had enough. We talked about roller coasters, water parks, snacks. Meow. Adult Club Mickey, weird, I know. My name's Phil Rossi. That is JJ Golick. Give him the socials.
Yeah, anything goes PJ and anythinggoespj.com. We'll see you later.
Peace.
This is Anything Goes with Phil Rossi and JJ Golick.